It is pretty weird, like, if you think about it, how you can cast a shadow on someone's face and make it look totally different, almost like it's made up with paints, but it's just a shadow. Or you can change the color of a lens and it can distort what you're really looking at and leave all the rest of the stuff up to somebody's imagination. I always tell my father that my spirit is mean. And I can always tell when my spirit is around, because I don't feel connected to my spirit like I once did, almost like it's traveling all by itself. We're disconnected, but I know it's mean. And then I bring up a video that just happens to end up on my YouTube channel from Russell Means, and then I'm like, you know, I know my spirit, my personal spirit, which has nothing to do with Russell Means. My spirit is fucking mean as hell. And that's why we're separated, I guess. Because if we came together as one, I'd probably be in a lot of fucking trouble. But, I don't know how they keep remaking these videos with Russell Means. I mean, they said he's gone. He died. But did he really die? That's the question. And so, I just want to clarify. You know, Casey's out there on the spiritual side of things, picking up learnings as he goes along. That, the video I watched today he said in the video that in 1988, it was the 200-year anniversary of the Iroquois Confederacy. And I just wanted to say, Russell, if you are somewhere around and you're continuing on with your learnings and you just happen to be making a pit stop in and around my location, that the whole thing with that Iroquois Confederacy boils down to this. When they first came here and started incorporating primarily banks so that they could have some way of performing a checks and balance mechanism for the sponsoring bank on the opposite side. They started questioning things that were already here. So the full-blooded Indian agency was already here. And so if you go back in your history books, you're going to find that the colonies later became the states, and those places were established to maintain law and order, if you will, of the people that came here who were occupying land that they had no permission to occupy. And so they incorporated the colonies as a way of managing the people. And they later incorporated the states, gobbling up larger sections of land. So the whole thing about the Iroquois Confederacy is you have to break down the sections of the words, because the con was, they conned the Iroquois into believing that the federal structure was above the states, or back then the colonies. And so the federal structure was put in place to protect not only the land, but the rightful landowners. And so they made people believe, meaning people like Russell Means, that it's just the way they put things together so that they could separate things out and manage the people that were brought here and put in various places. It was a way of managing. So the con is really like a con artist, and the Fed is the federal government. It was a big con artist drafting or drawing. And I like to use the ending of it, Confeder, Acy, like agency, because the full-blooded Indian Agency was really what later became the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And they stole all the workings from the full-blooded Indian Agency, and they used it to pretty much throw it in the faces of the full-blooded for what they took. So there is really no such thing as the Iroquois Confederacy. It really is basically the earmarking, if you will, of what was stolen at the time, knowledge on how to properly manage things requiring much intelligence surrounding things like death and other types of crimes, where they took what was already here and they changed a few words around and then recategorized everything so that they could easily take things that were never theirs to begin with, but they took it all anyways. That's really the Iroquois Confederacy.